Welcome everyone to another episode of Planetary, where's your Good Master. In the last episode we lost our big winning streak and we lost a little bit of MMR that day, but it only motivated me more to find better strategies and finally get our 5.4k. Let's do it. Alright, first game of the day is against a Protoss. Now that's the same in the last episode. In the last episode we actually did lose the first game with Hellions. This game I want to try a slightly different strategy. Last episode I was farming a lot with Hellions, or well, I did lose one game, but the second game I did rectify my mistakes. Now let's see what I can do here. So the first idea I had in mind was to go with some kind of cyclone attack, because that seemed pretty good. Though that is obviously going to be way better on a map where there is no ramp on the natural. If you see here, you need vision to lock on. And the vision can be provided with the command center, but at the same time, I feel like with this strategy, if I attack on the same place with both my Planetary Fortress Rush and my attacking force, it's very easy for the opponent to block. It's way harder if I put the CC here and attack at the front with my units, right? So, don't think that's quite the right strategy. Now, I did really enjoy, that was maybe one of the best games of the entire show so far. I think that was the end of episode 12, if I remember correctly, that eternal tank push against the Protoss, where we got blind counted and he scouted our command center, but it was still an absolute banger and we won in the end. So maybe a tank push is a good option here. Now, I'm not quite sure about the rush distance on this map. It doesn't look either very long or short, so maybe, I guess it is just an average map. Now, I decided not to go for a gas first this time because I've explained it before, I think, but usually when you go for a Planetary Fortress Rush, you just think, okay, I'm gonna do a normal build, plus make a planetary which costs 150 gas, so I need to make my gases very fast. But most of the time I just end up having 300 gas for no reason. It doesn't work out very well. So this is probably a better way to do it. I can actually wall his probe in. That's going to be nice, because then he cannot scout if I have a natural or not, which is really important here, because obviously my natural is going to be on his side of the map, and it might raise suspicions if he sees the natural not coming down. I'm gonna play completely normal here, at least from his point of view. So if he scouts, he's gonna see I only have 2 in each gas. It's gonna look like a very standard double gas expand, which I know sounds crazy, but that is actually a standard build these days. So, and my opponent's going for a normal expansion as well, which is nice. Gonna make a reactor. Keep in mind, I want to make attacking units right away. So normally I could decide to go for another Reaper, but in this case I want to go for probably marine tank kind of style. Maybe like Liberators, or I could make a medevac or something like that. And yeah, making the extra Reaper. Reapers take pretty long to build, by the way. 32 seconds. That's basically... That's almost 2 rounds of marine, so think about that. Now, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put the CC, so I'm just going to YOLO and put it down there. I know it seems a little bit crazy, but this just feels a little bit too easy to scout. I know I might be playing a little bit too scared, but I think it's alright. Okay, so he's going for a battery. That's interesting. Especially because he has a Stalker. Okay, so he's definitely going to be taking a little bit more of a safe approach. I feel like Stalkers with battery is not usually what you want. When I saw the battery, the first thing I thought of was, oh, he's playing Adepts. Because then what they do is they shade the Adepts across. And the only weakness of that is you sending your Reaper in. Adept is not at home. You can use your Reaper to kill probes, and that's where the battery comes into play. But he made a Stalker, so I think he's just playing it very safe against my double gas. Maybe he's not super comfortable playing against this kind of openings. Let's see what tech there's going down. Okay, so it's going to be a Twilight. Interesting. Twilight does put a little bit of a timer on my build. Can I escape her with a really sick grenade? Oh my goodness, that is insane. Okay, let's go. That's another highlight. Let's freaking go. Shot myself over the wall. Please don't die. You deserve to live. Okay, there we go. Now, I mean, CC is going to finish. I do not have an engineering bay yet, but that's okay, because it's going to take a few centuries to fly over. Now, the reason why I said there's a timer on my build with the Twilight is, or actually I wanted to say that, not sure if I actually did, is because Blink is going to be very easy for a Blink player to outmaneuver my 1-1-1 push, especially because it's lacking a little bit in strength. And yeah, I just don't want Blink to finish, basically. Now, I'm going to go at the front, basically the same as my other tank push that I did. I hope he has no battery. Okay, so Command Center is coming in. He actually does not have a battery here, but he does have... Okay, he sees my command center, but he's going to fall back from there, and now I'm going to be able to make a plan. Oh, that's perfect. I was going to say he might be making an immortal, but then I saw the observer fly out, and that's fantastic. I'm going to be able to make a planetary here. He's going to pull the probes, but he can't do that. There's a freaking siege tank here shelling away. The robo is going to be depowered, and now the only thing we really have to be afraid of is that freaking blink finishing. Although we did depower one of his gateways as well. Looks like he's gonna go for it, but there's 2 tanks here, guys. Those probes are moving in so clumsily. I'm just gonna kite back behind my siege tanks, and he's trying to break this, but this build looked incredibly strong in this game. Holy crap, 4 minutes and 47 seconds, all I needed with this PF rush. And once again, this is kind of taking us back a few episodes, because in the last few episodes, I feel like the Planetary has had so much value. But this is once again just the mental bomb going off. Oh no, I can't let this Planetary finish. I need to go. If you look at this situation realistically here, he has 37 probes. I'm on 1 base. I can clearly never afford a natural. He has Blink finishing an extra gateways. He was actually going for a 4-gate Blink. He could have easily given up this base and go 3-gate Blink on 1 base. Maybe make a Prism. Well, the Prism was going to be too late. He was actually going to make it there. But he could still just, yeah, keep a bunch of probes alive, blink out 6 targets at some point and win the game. But they always feel so pressured to go for it. And it was a very clumsy fight by him. Very one-sided victory, which is awesome after that the last episode loss. Let's go for game number 2. All right, game number 2 against Enigma. Wait, we've played against Enigma before. And the best part is, guys, here, or well, the worst part probably, is here I'm 100% sure he remembers me, because he even tagged me in Twitch chat one time when he saw me. He was like, "You Planetary Rusher," or something like that. So this is going to be a tricky one. How do you navigate someone who's going to blind counter your Planetary Rush? So I do remember what happened in the game. That's perfect. We played on Babylon, I think, and he tried to roach all in me, and then I kind of went around with the Planetary. It could have been another map, actually. I'm not 100% sure that was Babylon, but I went around. I defended his roach rush, and pretty sure I played, I want to say Hellion Ghost as well. I mean, that's what I did almost all the games, so that's a fair assumption. Now, this game, I want to go for the Reapers and see if we can catch him off guard a little bit, make it a little bit different. And I'm also very curious to see what he's going to do. I'm not sure if this is the first time that we have like a repeat. I don't think it is, actually. I remember we played a Terran who we like cheesed in 2 different ways with the Planetary. I don't remember what his name was, but I do remember that we played a Terran twice. So this is the first time we're gonna play a Zerg for a second time. Let's see how it's gonna go. I probably should have walled off my natural just in case I was gonna take it, because there's obviously a realistic chance I'll have to transition, especially against someone who is already aware of my strategy. I'm gonna stick to, should I scout normally, actually? I was going to say I'm going to stick to my normal scout timing. I'll just send it 1 supply earlier. I feel like I had a few games, especially early on in the series, where then, I would use my normal scout timing and my SFV would just be derping around and I already had 500 minerals, and that's just not a vibe. I'll put it that way, okay? I want to put my CC down when it's time. And I do think the 2x Reaper strategy is going to fit a little bit better, because with the Hellions, you're going to go for a Marine first and then really fast Hellions, right? And with the Reaper, you have units a bit faster. So if you play against someone exactly that's gonna look for your command center, I'm gonna have units to actually defend it from Zerglings now, which is great. So we're not playing against the Hatch first already, which is a little bit suspicious. Oh, wait, it is Hatch first. Oh, yeah, I scouted early. My bad. Okay, I did forget that. That's always so typical. Against Zerg, you always scout at the same timing, which is after the barracks. Now, I could do the craziest YOLO move ever and just build the CC there, because he's looking for my command center. But what if I just hide it in plain sight, right? I think I'm actually going to build it right here. Okay, that seems a little bit safer than, straight up on this low ground over here. Gonna go for an extra gas as well. And now he sees I have no natural, which should basically confirm his suspicion that he is being Planetary Fortress rushed. Or well, not 100%, but obviously since he knows it's me. Now, what is he gonna do to defend it? I do think if he just goes for link speed, and makes a bunch of links when it's finished, it should be a really good approach. Against 3-Rex Reaper, that would be more questionable, but keep in mind I only have 2 barracks. I'm not going to be able to overwhelm him that much. 2-Rex Reaper, as you can see, the Queen is defending it for a good amount of time already. There is a second Queen on the way. I'm going to make the Engineering Bay now. He still hasn't seen that command center, actually. Maybe I can go in the main, deal some damage. It does depend on what build he does, because a standard Zerg build, speed finishes at like 4 minutes, but sometimes Zergs make it a little bit earlier if they feel like a little bit suspicious or something like that. And that could be, obviously a pretty problematic scenario. Now, I want to keep attacking in the main, actually, so the Planetary can go up undetected. That is my biggest hope here. Let's see. I think his speed is probably going to finish anytime soon. There we go. I'm going to get some damage now. And then the Planetary is going to go. Oh, we went for roaches, actually. Interesting. Can I save both of these? Oh, no. I'm going to lose one. Okay, yeah. I'm going to lose one. That's unfortunate. And I'm definitely going to have to transition here. I think there's no other way for me. And I'm going to keep going into the main. It's my only way to win this game, I think. Let's see. Okay. I distract. Like this actually, I think that's pretty good for me because then he's gonna keep... Exactly, he's gonna staying here, and now it means my Planetary is gonna come up. And this is gonna be a completely different game from normal because I'm actually gonna go full macro mode. I don't think I can, you know, keep attacking from this in a reasonable manner. He doesn't have a third base himself yet, which is fantastic. I do have this SCV over here, and you can tell the drone count is very low. I'm gonna go for a third. If this build works, that would be absolutely insane. This build makes no sense. The Planetary rush into the 4 command center opener. Guys, once again, try this at your own risk, please. This is not a Therby, you know, certified build yet. At least it might be at some point. This build is absolutely insane. I think I'm just gonna try to transition into making a lot of Marauders. Normally, you don't make Marauders early. I guess this is not very obvious, by the way. This is a tip I share with my students a lot in coaching, that very often Terran only makes Marines early on because else you can't really afford stuff. And Marauders are only good in specific scenarios. So normally, you would just be making Marines here. But since he has a low eco and roaches, I think I might as well make mass Marauders because the only thing that should matter is that I have enough units to hold this attack. I mean, I have so many command centers. You can tell he's getting more and more Ravagers. I might be able to go for one, actually. Let's see, am I lucky? Oh, no, the transfuse came just in time. Okay, that was a close one. You can tell my economy really is struggling a little bit here. Ooh, he has a lot of gas. You guys see that? There is a lot of gas there, which could mean that he's going for Mutalisks as well. Let me scan this. Yeah, okay, it is Mutalisks. So I'm going to finish these couple Marauders, and then I'll change into Marines. Or I could go for Ghosts off of this freaking super weird... Yeah, of course we are. Why not? Off of this super ultra weird Planetary Rush 4cc build. Ghosts might be a better answer. Just because I can't get that many Marines out since I have all these tech labs. Now, he finally figured out he actually has high ground vision and I don't, so he can just shoot it. That took him a while. That's actually a good argument to put the Planetary a little bit further back next time, by the way. I should probably do that instead. Now, let's get all these gases up. Maybe I can repair it with an extra one or throw some grenades. You see, I'm actually getting a little bit of time here. Gives me more time to repair, which is nice. There we go. I mean, the longer the Planetary stays alive, the better it is for me, obviously. Won't be able to attack me that fast, which is nice. It is definitely going to die at some point. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. Let's get some bunkers up, actually. That could be very useful. Now, I don't know how many Mutalisks he will be able to build. Normally from 4 gases, I think he can afford like 9 or 10 Mutalisks. But keep in mind, he has morphed 6 Ravagers, and a Ravager is the same cost as a Mutalisk, actually, exactly. It's 100, at least the Roach plus the Ravager, right? So I'm not convinced he will have an infinite amount of Ravagers. Let's do another scan, that's gonna buy some time. Yeah, okay, even more Ravagers. Probably should be afraid for a Nidus at this point. Like, it kind of looks like he would have cancelled that by now, right? I scanned the Spire, he made so many Ravagers. Exactly. He made... Oh, I can actually say this. He made so many Ravagers. Yeah, simply can't imagine that he can make any reasonable Mutalisk count unless he has a hidden base on the map. So let's start scouting for that. I did get supply because I lost my Planetary. That's something I would always forget. I do have these 2 bunkers that I made. Hopefully it's going to be enough. I don't have that many ghosts yet. I might have to sacrifice a gajillion SCVs to survive this, which would be okay. Maybe if I can get them really early. Yeah, that's a few Ravagers being sniped already. It's beautiful. There we go. Can we get a few more? Another one. Okay. And now I'm gonna get my my SCVs in. I got snipes on a lot of these Ravagers, by the way. There we go. The Ravagers are going down. I still have a bunch of Marauders alive too, which is beautiful. I'm scouting his base. There's a Hydralisk then being built and double evolution chamber. That's a really nice scout. And now he might simply just back off. I have my 3rd alive. Let's see where his 3rd base is. And the Ghost there paying off as usual in these freaking, you know, super weird Planetary Fortress Rush games, I guess is the best way to put it. And let's try to saturate this. Keep in mind, I'm not out of the woods. The biggest problem here is I used a Ghost transition to survive, which just doesn't really go very well into the late game. Like, I don't have Stim. I obviously don't have money to make that many ghosts. Like, if we would bull rush this with 20 roaches, I would still have to run away. Just so you guys know, to be sure. Snipes are pretty good, but they get cancelled if your unit's being attacked. So if units are on top of your ghosts are basically useless. So I need to be super, super careful. Should I go for... Oh, I do have stim. I didn't have combat shield, actually. That's what I cancelled. I think I might as well get a factory going and... Yeah, I wouldn't say pretend to play a normal game. I mean, obviously it's not pretending, but it just feels so scuffed to actually go to a normal game from here. Personally, I expected his attack to be a make or break it, like he would make it happen or not. But here, his economy is going to be pretty decent. He will drone that up really fast. He knows I'm very unlikely to attack him. So I think I also just have to go into a macro game here. Should I start making Marauder? I guess I might as well start making Marauders. Like, Ghosts are very nice to have. But at this point, they are going to be a little bit expensive. I'm definitely going to get Cloak. Maybe I can even use these Ghosts for some nukes later on. That would be beautiful. Get a few more barracks, perhaps. I'm really... Like, normally, you just follow a pattern, you know? You know when to make your 5th and... your 4th and 5th barracks. When you know you make your 4th command center, etc. Here, everything is just messed up. So I kind of have to do it freestyle on the... yeah, during the game, pretty much. Let's see what he has. Nothing to be seen here. I would have loved to see. I know he has a Hydra then. And I guess if I only saw Hydras, I would feel pretty sure he's going to go into Lurkers. But now I'm not 100% convinced. I'm going to get a second Ghost Academy just for nukes. And this is going to be very interesting because typically, especially if you guys are a fan of Ghost or Grandmaster, you would be used to just an absurd amount of nukes. That is not the style I'm going to go for. Okay, he's actually just attacking me. Oh, that's a lot of freaking units, by the way. Let's try to get a million snipes. And now the SCVs are going to be super important here. Because the SCVs are going to make sure I can get my snipes. So that's the thing. Now, this is a pretty close fight here, guys. Oh, he has a lot. Can I actually win this fight? I'm not 100% convinced. Maybe if I get some more snipes off. There we go. Okay, we did get some more snipes off. Ghosts are good against Hydras because they're light. Oh my god, this fight is actually incredibly close here. Let me just keep kiting this. Oof, okay. These Hydras I can kill. I can one-shot Hydras. Cloak is gonna finish any second now. That's gonna be massive. Cloak finishes. And now he's gonna lose all of these Hydras here pretty much. Can I get these target fires? Okay, there we go. One more. Another one. And oh my god, that was actually super close. But now I'm scared. Is this economy strong enough to keep that up? Are we screwed at this point? Like, that army was absolutely massive. It's kind of hard for me to imagine that his army would be that big, but yeah, it was really scary. So the only thing I can hope is that he just didn't make any workers instead, right? Let's see. Yeah, he does have... Oh, that looks pretty scary, guys. Maybe going for that ghost transition was not the best idea. Or maybe it was just genius by him to cancel the Spire and go for brute force instead. Both of these options work, of course. Now, I am getting my 2-2. Same is probably going to go for him. I lost my 4th command center, which is a shame. I don't have that many SCVs left. He also has a saturated 4th. Ooh, this is looking pretty rough, guys. Might have to play a straight-up late game from this to actually get out of this hole. Okay, let's get a Force CC on the high ground instead. I'm going to have tanks for the next fight at least, which is going to be nice. Maybe 2 nukes can really make the difference here. Sadly, my ghosts do not have energy. Look at these ghosts. I can't even cloak these for a decent amount of time. Let's just get some more stuff up. Is he here? He is not attacking me at the minute, which is nice. That ghost has a decent amount of energy. I think there's one more. No, they're actually... Well, this one has a decent amount of energy, actually. I'll go with that one. I'll put them on... Okay. The AFK mode. Oh, no, that is a freaking Overseer. I thought it was an Overlord. Ah, no. This is actually horrible for us because that... We didn't just lose a ghost. We gave away that we were going to nuke. That is unfortunate. Let's save that tank real fast. Here we go. I'm gonna have to pull the SCVs again. Try to get some snipes off. I'm gonna get a really nice nuke here, though. I'll get another one here, hopefully. Okay, let's see if I can fight this. Is the Overseer coming? The Overseer might not be coming here. And in that case... Okay, the nuke is not gonna hit. This one is gonna hit, looks like. We might barely win this fight here. God, this is so close. Can I cloak these ghosts? The ghosts are cloaked. And that's actually saving my life 100% right now. This ghost has 22 kills, which is massive. Look at these cloak ghosts just doing an insane amount of free damage. And it looks like we are barely gonna hold. I do have a few more units here that I could be using. Let me save that ghost. Yes, I did get the ghost save. That's fantastic. And now I'm gonna stim in here. These ghosts are gonna get even more kills, which is fantastic. I'm not sure where those drones came from. Wait, how does it just have... Why are there 20 drones again? That's insane. Okay, well... We are still alive, right, guys? Or I'm not sure if I'm on copium right now or if we're actually still alive. I hope we are. I mean, that nuke obviously looked really promising. So what I'm thinking is we just try the nuke again. I don't have another ghost, and that really sucks. Maybe I can put some pressure with this army actually while I get the nuke off on this bottom side. Sadly, that the ghost does not have enough energy to cloak yet. Oh, we can fight this, I think. Yeah, I have 2-2 against 1-1. He's trying to kill the Medivacs, but he's gonna lose all the Hydras. I think he might have overstepped massively here, guys. He's gonna lose all the Hydras and the Ravagers. And that was a really big mistake. Let's see what's the energy on this. It has enough to cloak for a little bit. And if we had 2-2 there, that fight would have gone drastically different. But now, I can maybe push forward here and do some damage. He needs to snowball his army, but he just doesn't have that many units yet. Especially with the lack of 2-2. He's gonna lose those. He might not realize I have the nuke on the bottom base as well at the same time. Let's see. He does realize. Still got a decent amount of kills though. 18 kills on that ghost actually. Now my army was cleaned up sadly. And I don't think I killed that many drones unfortunately. Now let's try to make another ghost, maybe go for another nuke. I thought I lifted this already, but I guess I was really distracted by that fight over there. Now my supply looks pretty tragic. I don't even have 50 workers, guys. That is painful to see. That is definitely not what I wanted to see. Now let's start saturating this other base. And then maybe a double nuke can be the answer. Let's see, I can just snipe that. I think it's... No, it's actually not gonna die. That's unfortunate. Okay, happens, I guess. I'm gonna send that ghost over there. I have one more ghost on the way, which I will be sending around to the bottom. Let's see, what is his army like? His army is very small. He should not be here, I think, to be fair. But you never know, I guess. Let's see, where's the other ghost? The other ghost is here. I'm gonna send that straight over there. I think my army is bigger than his, by the way. If he decides to fight us again, should be another mistake by him. There we go. He's gonna lose so many here. That's beautiful. I can even kill the Overseer if I wanted to, but it's not necessary. He never went for 2-2. And we are actually gonna do it. Even in this fight, he was still up in supply, as you can see, up by 3. But here, since he doesn't have that many drones, he never started his 2-2. We actually got into a winning position with his forward base. The economy still in his favor, but I was gonna start mining from here. And oh my goodness, what a game. This was scary, guys. I thought he had us. I thought we were really far ahead, but I guess we weren't. Maybe... Well, I guess you guys probably figured this one out already. But if you look at the supply here, guys, you know, maybe doing a Planetary Fortress Rush into 4cc, into Ghost is not the best idea. Even if I defended his attack very well, maybe it's just not the best. Now, I do quickly want to see what the supply were after his first attack. You can see it's already closer. But yeah, it's just very easy for Zerg to drone up if they're not in danger. They can just make 20 drones just like that in one wave, and they're good. Double Evo on the way. But yeah, what a game. I'm so happy we won it. I really would have, you know, I really think it would have sucked to lose with such a cool build. And that means we did break 5.4k, but we still have one game to play, so let's go. All right, game number 3 against the Grandmaster Barcode Zerg. Now, I said it before, guys, I feel like I do play a decent amount of Grandmaster Barcode Zergs in these challenges. Especially in speedrunning SE2, I see a good amount of those. So now, I'm starting to wonder, have we played against him before as well? I think it makes a pretty big difference. Now, the last game we did the Reaper build. I'm not quite sure what you guys think about the Reaper build. Personally, I find it really hard to tell whether it was a success or not, because my opponent, you know, he obviously knew what he was going up against. He countered it instantly, didn't even try to deny the Planetary. Just figured he would get ahead by making Ravagers and, you know, damaging my Planetary over time, which is what he did, and he executed it well. But maybe if there's like a little bit more panic, maybe if there's a player I haven't done it against before, maybe it looks stronger. It could also definitely look stronger if I... you know, didn't do a 4cc follow-up, right? But that is a question for another time. But no, seriously, I wonder what you guys think. Is the Reaper style strong with the Planetary or not? I'm gonna do it again here, because, you know, I like to experiment. Hellion Ghost, I feel like, has proven his worth already. And now it's up to the Reapers to show us what they can do. Now, this map does have a nicer Reaper jump-in spot, I have to say. I feel like the other one was a little bit inaccessible. It was really hard to actually get up there. It was all the way on the back of the base. And here, well, there are rocks here, actually. The rocks are going to make it a little bit tougher. Maybe it's not that great after all. Well, we'll see. I did like my scouting timing, however. So I'm going to scout at 18 again, because that was pretty nice. Probably should have switched these barracks to the other side so my SCV would be able to pass a little bit faster. Small details. Probably would have saved me like 2 seconds on the scout, but 2 seconds is still something, right? I'm gonna... Wait, how long is that gonna take? Yeah, I think I can wall off just in time. I don't want the SCVs to get stuck on the outside. These are actually small things that can make life a little bit easier. It's like if the SCV pops out on the outside, I would have to either wait or lift my barracks to get the SCV back in. But that's like a little bit of effort. It's not necessarily about how hard it is, because it's not that hard to do. But like the 2 seconds that you do that, you might make a mistake somewhere else. And it's just, if you can avoid it, why not, right? So as you can see, my opponent is going for... Oh, that's actually... He's going to go for a slightly late speed time. And that's going to finish maybe even past 4 minutes. That's going to be very interesting. Now, what I wonder... If I play 2x Reaper, guys, can I just make the CC, like, right here? That's actually what I'm wondering, because, you know, the Reapers are going to be able to defend my thingy. Normally, it's Hellions that come out a little bit later, but now the Reapers might just be able to defend this pretty easily. If there's no Overlord there, maybe I can just place it like this. Now, let's get a second gas so I can actually get my Planetary up at some point. I'm doing a lot of free damage here. I wonder if my opponent realized what's going on. I have to be honest, I didn't quite pay attention to the second Overlord. I don't even know where it is at this point. So now we can do some damage to the Queen. This is important. Keep in mind, Reapers do heal up, so you can do as much free damage as possible until your unit is low HP. Now he's making a Spore Caller there, which is going to cancel. Let me get my Engineering Bay up. And now the second Queen should have arrived. He's going to try to target my Reaper, and that's why I'm doing some micro here. Just to get as much free damage as possible. He still hasn't seen that Planetary, I think. I'm not 100% convinced, but I think he hasn't seen it yet. Or, well, the command center, rather. Oh, no, there's roaches on the way. I didn't realize we were getting cheesed here. Oh, that really sucks for us, guys. I think... Ooh, I'm not quite sure if this is a cheese or a blind counter. I, you know, don't want to just yell blind counter no matter what. But what I think is a hatch first into roaches is very unusual. So this guy's either trying to catch me off guard, or he was like, yeah, the hell no, I'm falling for the freaking salt cannon again. Now, I can do some really good micro and still make this happen with some grenades. Watch this. You just throw a grenade like this, and then you get free damage in, and you just have to keep doing that over and over. It is pretty hard to do. Okay. There we go. Put the low HP Reaper to the back. Try to save everything we can. And this is going to be a very possible defense. It's not easy. But if I do this right... Oh yeah, the Ravager's going to make it a lot harder. Ravagers have pretty long range, in case you guys didn't know. And that's what's going to make it pretty hard here. I think I'm going to pull some SCVs to just take care of business here. There we go. I'm going to pull some SCVs now. And then I'm going to kill this together with the Reapers here. Oh, he's not paying attention right now, I think. Let's get some grenades. Maybe I can get the Ravager early. Ravager is going to fall pretty fast. Second grenade is going to help out a lot, I think. There we go. Ravager gets jumped into my army. And now we just have to do some kiting micro. Planetary is going to be put down there, which is nice. Though I did take a pretty incredible amount of damage. And now we have the setup that we want. I'm going to leave this here to auto repair. Did we manage this well enough? I am not 100% sure. I feel like it could have been a little bit better. It couldn't have been much better, to be fair, but it could have been a little bit better. And now what is my follow-up going to be? Let's see what he has over here. There's nothing in the main base. Okay, interesting. Going to be able to get a few drones for free. That's always really nice. I imagine he's making roaches. That's why this is really nice. Wait, he hasn't been making roach? Okay, there we go. There's one roach being popped out right now. Now, should I go for another command center? The Planetary is finished, which is fantastic. He doesn't have a lair yet. That is a massive thing here, by the way. He doesn't have a lair. Let me get that roach easily. There we go. Another roach gonna die here as well. Wow, what a good start. The queens aren't close to transfuse. And now I can target a bunch of these drones here. Let's pull that Reaper back. Do a little bit of micro. Another roach falling there. And I think I'm gonna make my third CC on location. I feel like I've earned it at this point. Especially because there's no lair yet. There's not much to be afraid of. Now, I could technically turn this into a freaking mass Reaper game. Okay, so he does have link speed. I need to be careful for that. A lot of free links, though, so far, so that's nice. I'm gonna make a few more barracks here. I mean, that Planetary is not gonna be broken ever, right? Unless he makes Ravagers, of course, I mean. But I haven't seen any Ravagers, that's why I said it. Oh, nice. We can... This is actually perfect. We're getting all the transfuses here. He used all the transfuses without doing any damage for it. That's super nice. And I'm just gonna make more and more barracks. Keep in mind, this game, I actually have the control of the map, so there's a better chance here. Okay, wait, there's no... That's one unit, guys. He has one unit there, and that unit I'm gonna target fire it instantly. The other Ravagers also are gonna fall. There we go. And he might have just been a little bit too greedy here. Let's pull back the weakened Reapers. There we go. He's gonna lose the Queens. Let's pull those back as well. Every single low HP Reaper has to be pulled back. Now we're gonna do some grenade micro. What should I kill first here? Probably the Queen, I've had to guess. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna go for the Queen. Ooh, he did have 2 more roaches popping out. That's unfortunate. Let's go. I still think we're doing really good here. Just want to get these gases up here. Maybe scout for a hidden expansion, just to be sure. I always tell you guys to do that too. I mean, it feels like he's been very satisfied on being stuck on that few bases for a little bit too long. Yeah, so he does have this base. He has a spine crawler there. Okay, that is... Wait, how did he even... Huh, interesting. I guess I'll just go for the spine here. A little bit of micro should be good enough to kill that. I'm going to lose one Reaper there. That's okay, though, because that's going to be an entire base that's going to die. Second Reaper dies, but this was pretty much his ace card, I want to say. After this, he doesn't really have much left. In particular because it doesn't have a lair. He's going to try to break this, but keep in mind, Planetary does splash damage, and that is so... He didn't even try to kill it anymore. He just gave me a spine for free. That Ravager's gonna die to the grenade. There we go. And I can just keep falling back to the Planetary now. As long as he doesn't have a super overwhelming roach count, I can just keep kiting to the PF, and there's nothing he can do about it. Another Ravager going down for free, pretty much. Or, well, it was quite literally free, I think. I don't think I even lost a Reaper there. Here we go. I'm just gonna keep going. Every grenade could be a dead Ravager if I throw them well enough. See, I even have control of the ramp now. Look at his ramp control. I can kill so many workers here. How many workers is he losing here? This is insane. I think that was easily 10 workers I just killed. I can just keep throwing grenades to zone here. This is the Reaper micro, guys. That's how you do it. He's being zoned really hard. And now I can get these Ravagers over here. The Planetary was shooting the Roaches. He's reinforcing from the right side. But the Planetary is just destroying these. I grenaded 3 Roaches into the Planetary. That just one-shot all of them, which was insane. And there we go. GG has been called. And what a beautiful game. Mass Reaper Planetary. And this was honestly very, very dominant. I thought the roach attack looked like it was going to crush us. But then he used the roaches to attack my base instead of just denying the Planetary. He could have left one roach and it would have denied the Planetary forever. Or sent a queen, a zergling, a drone even. But instead the Planetary got up. He was contained after we held him. I could just build the CC on the low ground. I had free reign into the main because the natural was covered. Like, keep in mind the Planetary gets full map control. He can't sneak by or try to surround me with roaches because the Planetary is standing right there. And it was just beautiful. Look at the income here at the end. It says enough. Workers killed. Oh, that's actually not the right button right there. Workers killed at the end was probably pretty high. Yeah, it was probably going to be about 25 or 30. And that was a beautiful game. Love this episode. 3 dubs. 2 games looked like they were in question, but we managed to do it. Game 2 was absolutely insane. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all for the next one. Adios.